drilling!
Stay away from our homes!
No drilling!
No drilling!
No drilling!
Stay away from our water!
No drilling!
This is an outdated technology. It's ridiculous to be making these sacrifices for something that's not sustainable.
We have to work from the bottom up. If we don't work from the bottom up, we're not going to make any progress because nothing is happening from the top down. That's the role of the grassroots organizations today.
States and cities and county governments can look at what they can do to make sure their communities are healthy and safe.
Jim O'Donnell!
Jim! Jim O'Donnell!
If you live in a city and somebody's going to utilize that split estate in a way that's going to impact a neighborhood, you're going to get people speaking up. If they have an involved, engaged citizenry pushing back, they're going to do things. So I believe that the local level is a good place to start. I think there's a growing coalition here that's going to push back against the oil and gas industry.
It was a team effort that got this place saved. Congressmen and everybody got behind it, and we saved the Valle Vidal.
Thanks. I was really right at the front of a huge citizens movement. A guy here, Jim O'Donnell, right back here. Jim, I kept sending him back out. He'll remember well. He said, so he would go to the city council. How many resolutions did we have, Jim? We had Raton. We had, how many?
Over 20.
Over 20 resolutions from local government. There was a coalition called the Valle Vidal Coalition. There were sportsmen and environmental organizations and fish and wildlife organizations. And eventually, we were able to then put a bill into Congress and pass it and take this out of the possible development of coal bed methane.
I think what is important is for communities to work together as a group, for state governments to work together as a group.
And then Senator Penry carried it for us in the Senate.
If the states with oil and gas production and with some of these problems would associate and share their collective knowledge and resources, it would be tremendously helpful.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hi there. Look at this gang here.
I'm Janine.
I know, I was recognizing you. Here we go, and here's the man.
Yeah, Gilbert
How are you,
Armita.
man? I'm honored to meet you.
I'm honored to meet
it's
you,
a great
too.
pleasure to see you.
Okay.
I admire what you're fighting and how you're doing it.
Like killing an elephant, one bite at a time.
The example of Gilbert, Tweety, Janine, others is a profoundly important example because people see average citizens taking on these battles by themselves against great odds and making a difference.
We talked a little bit about the split estate issue and how it's really hard for a private landowner to compete with the federal government and the largest industry on the face of the earth, oil and gas. And so we're working right now on a split estate bill at the federal level, and we'll be coming to you for your help.
Right now, you're just constantly fighting.
They can afford to make that the cost of doing business.
Right.
And for you, it's not the cost of doing business, it's the cost of your lives, and it's a livelihood.
We have a lot of relevant information. We know that oil and gas exploration and production involves a lot of toxic substances, either naturally occurring or chemicals that are added to the process. We know what the health risks are from those substances, and we know that they're being emitted into the air and into the water sometimes. That's enough information to take action and close the loopholes in the federal laws. We need more research to learn about the specifics, how some of these chemicals may be influencing a particular person. But we have enough information now to change the environmental regulations for this industry.